Entering this video, you should have a familiarity with the steps to convert macronutrients to ATP. Those 4 steps are glycolysis, the intermediate step, the TCA cycle, and the electron transport chain. I'd like to add just 4 more details before we describe the differences in the ways that various nutrients are metabolized. First of all, glycolysis is a reversible reaction, meaning we can break down glucose to pyruvate, and then the body can reverse the reaction and turn pyruvate back into glucose again. I've indicated this with the backward arrows here. I'd like you to do the same on your picture to remind yourself that this reaction is reversible. Why might the body want to do that? Well, one reason might be that the brain and the nervous system run on glucose. So if you were getting a little low on glucose, your body might need to take that pyruvate and turn it back into glucose again, right? Secondly, I'd like you to add this, a darkened line between pyruvate and acetyl-CoA. This is to indicate that this particular step cannot go backwards. It cannot run in reverse. Once you've turned pyruvate into acetyl-CoA, you have got to continue breaking that nutrient down into energy, because you can't turn it back into pyruvate again. Thirdly, everything below this green line that I've drawn here has to have oxygen in order to occur. Above this line, you don't require oxygen to run glycolysis to turn glucose into pyruvate. So under the circumstance where you don't have a lot of oxygen, say when you're sprinting as fast as you can still make a little bit of ATP up here, but you cannot run the reactions down here. And that'll become important later. Lastly, when you're exercising or doing something where you don't have enough oxygen available in your cells, the pyruvate can begin to build up. Because remember, nothing below this line here can occur without oxygen. As pyruvate builds up, the body doesn't like that. It doesn't function as well when pyruvate's building up. So it converts the pyruvate into something called lactic acid or lactate. Now lactic acid or lactate can be sent to the liver where it can be converted back to pyruvate or glucose again. This cycle of recycling that lactic acid is called the Cori cycle. With these few details in mind, let's take a look at a diagram that will help you a lot on future quizzes and exams. This diagram shows you what can be converted into what in your cells. Just follow the arrows to see if you can turn one thing into another thing. Can you turn pyruvate into acetyl-CoA? Yes, you certainly can. Can you turn acetyl-CoA back into pyruvate again? No, you can't. You can see that there's no arrow going backwards here. Can you turn lactic acid into glucose? Well, yes you can. It's a 2-step process. You have to turn the lactic acid into pyruvate and then the pyruvate into glucose. But yes, the arrows all follow here. And in fact, they could be run in reverse. So you can use this diagram when discussing macronutrients such as carbohydrates, fats, and proteins.